So I have received quite a few comments over the past few weeks saying something along the lines of, "Where's the episode 400 video? Wah wah wah." Well, to sum it up, basically, I've been quite productive over the summer. There's been a lot of days out and holidays and stuff, and I've just not had as much time to watch a lot of One Piece, you know? And when I haven't been watching One Piece and I haven't been out, I've also been, watching other things that aren't One Piece. I know it might surprise you that there are other things that aren't One Piece, but there are. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of other stuff, more like specifically a lot of YouTube videos and K-pop. Basically, I'm not watching One Piece just to catch up. I'm watching it to enjoy the drawn-out experience in its entirety. So the longer it lasts, the more I'll get out of it, if that makes sense. I hope that answers your questions. Your very thoughtful questions that definitely aren't demanding in any way. Now, before we get into it, I'd like to address one more thing, and that is that I've been getting a lot of comments on my episode 300 video, obviously from people who haven't seen my previous two videos, saying or asking something I explained in the previous video. So if this is the first time you're seeing a video by me, maybe go back and watch the other 3 under 10-minute videos before you comment something like, "Watch One Piece," or "Are you watching it in dub or sub?" Okay? Also follow me on Instagram. Anyways, now that I've got all that off my chest, we can finally get into it. So, since episode 300, I have seen the rest of Enies Lobby, Thriller Bark, and the very beginning of Summit War. First of all, the end of Enies Lobby was peak, not gonna lie. It was super epic and had me on the edge of my edging streak. And the farewell to the Going Merry was like the 3rd time in this damn series I've been on the verge of tears. Like, please stop doing this to me. Anyway, the Thousand Sunny is also pretty cool. I like the rocket thingy. That explains what was going on in episode 600.
Why is the boat flying? What the... What? Huh?
But yes, I thought Enies Lobby could not have had a better conclusion. Moving on to Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark started off boring as fuck, let's be honest. And I was on the verge of falling asleep, right up until... Wait a minute. Are we about to see 2 really cool guys with katanas fight each other? Look, I know the take I'm about to make is almost as hot as my viewers' mothers, but the fact is, I wholeheartedly believe that Zoro vs Brook Shadow Zombie thing is the best fight I have seen so far in One Piece. And maybe that is just my autistic brain going, "Ooh, katana fight, yay!" But it was cool, okay? And Zoro got a cool new sword from it. Then there was the fight with the big red Luffy thing, which took way too long, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Another thing we got out of this arc was Brook. Now, those of you who have watched my entire series up until this point, try not to fall off your chairs when I say this, but Sanji is no longer my favourite Straw Hat. That title belongs to Brook now. I don't know why, but even since before I started watching One Piece, I had a feeling that Brook would end up being my favourite character. And I guess I was right. He's just so fun. His jokes aren't good, but they're purposefully bad, and that makes them funny. And don't even get me started on his story, like, my jaw literally dropped when they revealed the connections between Brook and Laboon. Like, who would have thought Laboon would even be mentioned again, let alone be tied into an important character's overarching storyline? Oda, you're a genius. Anyways, back to the arc itself. We then got that 7 Warlord guy, who is an absolute beast. Like, oh my god, this guy. But it also turns out Zoro is an absolute beast, because he takes Luffy's pain like an absolute champ. Anyway, moving on from Thriller Bark, we had a short filler arc known as Spar Island, which made me want to kill myself. I can't stress enough how shit this was. Like, the only part I found entertaining was the part where that guy whipped out a massive fucking cannon to shoot a small child, purely because that was so goddamn stupid. Okay, so Sanji's wanted poster was pretty funny, but it probably won't be brought up again, right? It was just a quick gag. Oh, there's a whole arc about it? Okay. I don't really know what to say about this arc, other than I thought they did Hatchin's redemption really well, especially going into the next arc, which I shall talk about now. First of all, Trafalgar Law has fucking aura, dude. Like, the way he just sat there all chill-like during the auction shibuckle was so Sigma Riz, and I'm assuming his domain expansion thing explains the whole femboy thing in episode 600. As for Kid, his powers look really cool, and I can't wait to see more of him. But as I was saying before, Hatchin was probably the last person I would have expected to have a whole redemption arc, especially at the auction. I actually thought he was going to die there. Like, if you told me a few months ago that I'd end up worrying about that one goofy looking octopus guy that fought Zoro, I would have reminded you to take your meds. And finally, episode 400 just blew my socks off. Like, oh my god, I'm not going to break it down and all that crap because the fact you're watching this means you've most likely seen it. But yeah, onto the opening rankings. Okay, so here we have the tier list from the last video in which I ranked these. Now there's one I want to change because, as you can see, I put the We Are initial remix in D last time. But then I got a few comments telling me that this opening is sung by like the Straw Hats voice actors, which I didn't actually catch on to till I listened to it after I read that comment. So that concept alone, although the song kind of didn't work because obviously they're not really singers, so it didn't really work that well. I'm gonna bump it up to a C purely because I like the concept a lot. Anyways, let's move on to Jungle P. Now, Jungle P was very good. I like it a lot. But there was that one part that I hate. I hate it. So, for that little bit, I'm gonna have to bring it down from what I would have put in S to A. Because I just really don't like that one little part. That's my only gripe with it, really. Then we are, oh my god. Oh my god, what were they thinking? What were they They took We Are and just shoved it in the shitter. That's what they did here. So this is going right in F. I don't care. If you like this, you need to see like a psychiatrist. Share the word. This was a vibe. Okay? This is a vibe. But it's not the best, you know, it's not. It's not S tier. So it's gonna go in A again. We're really clogging up A with these, aren't we? But I guess that's just how it's gonna go. So yeah, and again, if you disagree, meet me outside Lidl, yeah? Alright, it is now the time you've all been waiting for. My reaction to myself. So let's get into my reaction to episode 400 when I watched every 100th episode out of context.
Lucky D. Luffy, a boy whose body turned to rubber after eating the gum gum fruit.
That's why he's rubber. What? He ate a fruit and became rubber. That's epic.
It took me until episode 400 to find that out. That's crazy.
Okay, so what's going on here, right? They are somewhere. They're somewhere, and they're doing something in this place.
That pretty much sums it up.
What exactly is the will of D?
These nuts. Oh my god, why did I say that?
God.
I'm so
that
sorry.
was
It was just too
awful.
tempting, okay?
No.
This entire episode has just been lore moment, and there's really been nothing to comment on here.
Yep, nothing to comment on at all. Episode 400 was so boring. Okay, so this is me the next day because I forgot to put in my reaction to the 4Kids pirate rap that I did on one of my Minecraft streams. So here's that. 4Kids pirate rap. What is this?
There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates.
What the fuck?
Power beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the say.
My fortune is
What the
yours for
fuck
the
is
taking,
this?
but you'll have to find it first. I left everything I own in one piece.
In one piece.
From all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for One Piece, the treasure that would
Oh
make their
my
dreams
god, this is
come true.
beautiful.
Don't give it up, Lupe. Don't give it up, Solo. Don't give it up now. Don't give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Here's how the story goes.
This is better than Bon Voyage.
The Grand Line, there's no doubt. The pirate whose eye is on it, he'll sing, I'll be king of the pirates. I'm gonna be king.
I'll be king of the pirates. I'm gonna be king.
His name is Lupe.
That's Monkey D.
Oh yeah.
He's made a rubble.
Yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum gum.
They call Zoro Zolo. Yeah, I saw about that. It was really weird.
Just like a samurai and a L-A-D-Y, Nami's not shy. Usopp's
Oh yeah.
marksman Bane.
Uh-huh.
He's cooking, Chopper's not the ring.
Bars. Dude, I left all my treasure in one piece is crazy. It's not that. It's actually not that bad. Like that went pretty hard, to be fair. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for the episode 400 video, and I guess I'll see you in anywhere from like 3 days to 3 years for the episode 500 one. And to see you off, here's some bloopers of me recording this. I didn't know why, but I don't know why, but fuck, I don't know why, but even since before I started, I laughed, didn't I don't know why, but okay, so Sanji's one to I don't really know what to say about this arc, other than I thought they did, especially going into the next arc, which I shall back. Let's do that again. Because the fact you're watching this means you've probably seen